everyone, it's Kat from Possibility People, and this video I'm going to take you through a full seated workout for improving strength in your lower body. This is suitable for people who want to build strength in the lower body, but for whatever reason might find standing to do some of these exercises a little bit difficult. So as always, if anything feels uncomfortable or painful, I encourage you to stop, rest and seek support if needed. If you can, please like this video and subscribe to the Possibility People channel so you can keep up to date with everything happening in our community. So let's get started. So we're going to start from a seated position. If you haven't already done the warm-up video, I would suggest that you go and do that before starting this one. But let's crack on. So from this position, we're going to stay in our seated position. We're going to start with doing some work around our knee. And in this position, we are going to raise our foot up for a count of 3 and come back down for a count of 5. So we're going to think about what's happening in our upper body. We're going to make sure that we are sitting upright. We're going to think like there's a string coming through our spine, pulling us upright. We're going to try to keep our chin parallel to the ground so that we're not sort of looking down and curling ourselves over. We're also not going to be slouched into our chair. So let's get started. Whichever side you want to start on, that's absolutely fine. Do it along with me or count it out yourself at home. So let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down. 1, 2, 3. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down. Very good. So keep that nice controlled movement on the way up and the same on the way back down. We are aiming to get our leg to a fully extended, so straight position at the top. And we're also wanting to make sure that our toes are staying pointed up as we do this. If you find that you can't get your leg to that full extended position, that's absolutely fine. Just get it as far as you can. And remember, the main thing is we are really trying to be really controlled in this movement. So we're not letting our foot drop down as we're lowering it into that position. Very good. So 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. We're going to do 2 more. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. Very good. So we can go into a little chair march in between these movements just to kind of relax the muscles a bit. And we're going to swap over to the other side. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to come up for a count of 3 and down for a count of 5. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. So again, if we can get ourselves to that fully extended position where your leg is straight, that's fantastic. If not, again, just work to wherever you can get your leg to. And we're going to make sure that our toes are always pointing up as we do this. Remember, the main thing is to be controlled in your movement. Don't want to let our leg drop down at that bottom bit. And toes are going to stay pointing up. You're going to feel the muscles on the tops of your legs working to help extend your leg and hold it up and help to lower it back down. Very good. Lovely. We're going to do 2 more. So 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, very good. So let's go into a nice little gentle march in between. Okay, so now we're going to do some calf raises, and we're also going to do some toe raises. So in this position, we're going to again make sure that we are sat totally upright, thinking about that string that's kind of pulling us up through the top of our head. And we're going to do the same thing of coming up for a count of 3 and down for a count of 5. But we're going to come up onto our toes. So we're going to come up for 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. So again, it's trying to maintain that nice controlled movement throughout. Okay, so we're going to do about 10 of these. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. So as we bring our heels up, let's try to maintain that contact with the floor with your toes. So really feel like you're pushing in with your big toe. Sometimes when we raise our heels up, our feet want to turn outwards at the top, and we're going to try to avoid that. So think like you're digging in with your big toe into the floor. And remember, the main thing is we are trying to make this a really nice controlled movement. So again, you can kind of count it out or follow along with me as I do them. We're going to do 3 more. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. Very good. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. Last one. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. Very good. So again, let's just kind of have a bit of a move about of your feet. Go into that marching movement, keeping your toes on the ground. So now we're going to do the opposite of that movement. We're going to raise our toes up, and we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to raise our toes for a count of 3 and then bring them back down for a count of 5. Okay. So same position, we're still going to think about what's happening with our upper body. We're still going to keep ourselves upright. So from here, we're going to raise our toes up and bring them down. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. So similarly to the movement we just did, we want to make sure that our heels stay nice and in contact with the floor. Good, and we also want to make sure that we are doing this in a nice controlled movement. So even if you feel you can't bring your toes back to the ground for a count of 5, just make sure that you are bringing them down in a controlled manner. Good, we're going to go 3 more. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. Last one. 1, 2, 3, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back down. Well done. So again, let's just move into that gentle chair march. Now we've got one more exercise to do, and we're going to stay in the same position, but we may need to scoot back into our chair a little bit. We're going to maintain, our feet are going to be roughly hip width apart, so the same as I'm sitting here. We're going to keep ourselves upright. So in this movement, you may need to sort of have your hands onto your armrest if that feels comfortable, or you can have them onto the side of your chair. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can pop your hands onto your hips, or if that's not possible in your chair, you can pop your hands onto your thighs. So in this movement, we are going to lift our leg lift our foot off the ground, moving from the hip, keeping our knee bent and our foot parallel to the ground and bringing it back down. And we're going to do the same on the other side, and we're going to alternate legs as we do this. It's again going to be a very slow, controlled movement. So we're going to alternate either side. Okay, and what we're going to try to do when we lift our leg up, what's going to happen is we're going to want to tilt over to the other side, and we're going to try to maintain that integrity of keeping ourselves upright. So it's going to be challenging, and you're going to feel this a lot around your hips. Okay, so whichever side you want to start on, and wherever you want to put your hands, remember you can pop them on the sides, on your hips, you can pop them on your thighs, you can pop them on your armrests if you need to. So whichever side you're starting with, let's come up and lift and back down. Other side, lift, back down, lift, back down, lift, back down. Good. We're going to keep that pace. So swapping side to side. And if we can, we really want to feel like we're clearing the floor with our foot. So it's totally off the floor. And your foot is staying parallel to the floor as we do that. Notice what's happening in your upper body. You're wanting to tip over to the other side as we do this to compensate. And let's try to keep ourselves upright. Try to think about that string pulling you upright through your spine and out the top of your head. Very good. So lift your leg. And over to the other side, lift your leg. So it's like we're hovering our foot off the ground. And again, the movement's coming from your hips. Lovely. We're going to do one more each side. So lift and hold. Back down. And last one. Lift and hold. Back down. Very good. So let's go back into doing some gentle marching. That's a tough one. And that is our last exercise of this chair workout. So next thing for you to do is to go and do your cool down movements, which are good to do sort of at the end of this.